Killers use all sorts of nasty tricks to catch you in Dead by Daylight. Let's talk about what they are and what you can do about them. Trick number 1. Body blocking. The killer uses this trick to deny survivor access to a path or object. You mostly see this used by Wraith to cut off a survivor's escape route. But any killer can use it at choke points like the basement staircase and narrow doorways found on maps like RPD. So how do you deal with it? Well, you either go around the killer or take a hit to remove your collision. That is, if you're not already injured. Trick number 2. Exit gate traps. Some killers have powers that make it nearly impossible to open the gates without getting caught. Trapper with his bear trap, Clown with his bottle, Plague with her infection, and Skull Merchant with her drones. You can counter this trick by having an ally distract the killer while you open the gate. If you're the last survivor, however, either find the hatch before the killer does, or pray you get the gate open before the killer traps it. Trick number 3. Mind games. During a chase, killers employ a number of techniques to cut you off at windows and pallets. Some of these include doubling back, moonwalking, bloodlusting, and power faking. Countering these tricks is more challenging than others because they rely on reflexes, intuition, and just plain luck sometimes. Try to gauge the skill level of your opponent during the chase and adjust the risk you take accordingly. If your enemy seems to be experienced, consider dropping pallets early, running strong loops, and equipping items and perks that can help you win chases. Trick number 4. Camping. This strategy is a frustrating one for many survivors, as they're often forced to rely on their teammates to save them. Killers can camp for a variety of reasons. Most often, it's to secure a kill, but they may also camp if they think your team is lurking nearby. The killer you're facing may have a power that encourages camping, such as Trapper or Leatherface, and the killer may also choose to camp if there happens to be a generator with a lot of progress close to the hook. So how do you deal with this? In most cases, you'll want an ally to join you during the rescue. Having 2 survivors at the hook will force the killer to choose between attacking you or your ally, and whichever doesn't take the hit can perform the unhook. However, some killers have powers that allow them to instantly down survivors or hit multiple at the same time, so be wary of that. If you really don't like being camped, perks like Reassurance, Deliverance, Kindred, and Kinship can help a lot in those situations. Thankfully, camping will soon become less of a problem, as the developers have plans to remove the killer's ability to grab survivors off hooks. They also plan to let face camp survivors unhook themselves, so the strategy will become less prevalent in the future. Trick number 5. Tunneling. This nasty tactic goes hand in hand with camping and shares the goal of quickly eliminating one survivor from the trial. The moment a survivor gets unhooked, the killer gets on top of them again. It's a tough strategy to counter because of how it exploits survivors when they're both injured and within close range of the killer. But there are some ways to deal with it. If you see someone getting tunneled, take a hit for them. You could even consider taking 2 hits if your ally is on their last hook. If you have a flashlight, Blinding the killer as they chase another player can help them get away, and mixing up your scratch marks with your allies can mislead the killer into chasing you instead. If you really don't like being tunneled, try perks like Off the Record, Dead Hard, Decisive Strike, and Adrenaline. These can protect you when you're most vulnerable. And the last trick I'll talk about? Perk Combos. There are over 100 different perks killers can mix and match that can make them even more terrifying than they already are. Here are some of the deadliest builds you might encounter. Enduring, Spirit Fury, and Hubris instantly destroy pallets and survivors. You'll mostly see this on killers who don't use a special attack, like Wraith and Sadako. To counter this build, drop pallets early. Make your choice and Floods of Rage will cause you to become exposed after unhooking an ally, and reveal your aura to the killer so they can track you for a swift one-hit kill. You'll see killers with mobility, like Demogorgon and Dredge, using these perks. Counter them by taking a position at a strong tile and looping the killer until the exposed status wears off. Starstruck and Agitation will expose all survivors within the killer's enormous tear radius. Nurse and Doctor will often be seen using this combo. Nurse for her quick chase times, and Doctor for his tracking ability. Either stay far away from them when they pick someone up, or play defensively until Expose expires. Devour Hope, paired with Undying, increases the odds that the killer will gain enough tokens to obtain Devour Hope's benefits. Trapper, Hag, and Skull Merchant are all killers who might run this build, as they have powers that can help defend their totems. Counter this strategy by bringing a map or perks that reveal totems. While there's definitely more advanced killer tricks I didn't cover in this video, hopefully you learned something that better prepares you for your future matches. So thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe for future content.